dirty waste of her time.
Irritable tonight, Tempest?
Does that surprise you?
It's just nice to have you in a calmer disposition for once.
I'm tired of your unrelenting flippancy.
The way I see it, if we can't possess a sardonic view on life, we might as well kill ourselves.
Very funny.
Oh! That this too solid flesh would melt. To die, to sleep, perchance
All right,
to
stop.
dream.
Stop it.
There's the rub, for instant sleep when
Stop
dreams
it.
may come.
Ugh.
But how can we sleep if we were never awake? Thus, if we've never slept, how can this be a dream? And if this is not a dream, and we are not awake, what then are we?
They're not our stories, Frenzy. I don't see why you obsess over them.
You have no poetry in your soul.
I'm careful with my soul. It's all I have.
Old as eternity, and yet still so narrow. Mankind, you see, is as much myth as fact. If you look at them simply as a fixed point, a body, a truth, then they'll fool you every time.
I hope you don't mind if I don't listen to more of your antiquated philosophy.
When you learn to reach into their myths and stories, you begin understanding that they are as hidden from us as we are from them. They will be our undoing if we do not reach an understanding of them before they reach an understanding of us.
You give them much more credit than I do.
That, my dear Tempest, is exactly why I am in charge of this expedition.
A mistake. An error in judgment on the part of our authorities.
If you want to know why they call me Frenzy, keep talking that way. Your wet storms of wilt underneath my flame.
Hot air! No substance. I could blow you out in one cool breath.
Will you two shut up? I'm trying to concentrate here.
She mean us?
Is she looking at us?
Looking at you, I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but I know you're there.
By Beelzebub's beard, she's a veil ripper. Why weren't we told about this?
Damn bureaucracy.
I've never dealt with a veil ripper before. This changes everything.
Don't say a word.
Magdalena Devonshire!
Yes, but how did you... Who are you?
Brilliant. Where did I put the body?
Body, is he dead?
Yes. Well, currently, yes.
Pardon?
You're right. The table will do nicely. Lovely volumes. I'll have to take a look at those later. But help us out, love. Come on.
Well, this is an interesting development.
Oh, your house is infested with shades, isn't it?
Well, you can see them too.
No, but they do have a nasty stench about them, don't they? No, but what's interesting is that you can see them. But first things first. This fellow is dead.
Is he really? I mean, you're not taking the mickey out of me, are
You
you?
can check his pulse if you'd like.
What happened?
Very nasty battle with a very nasty woman. Won't bore you with the details. There we go.
The poor fellow, were you and he close?
Nope. Jumped my slats weak, actually. But he is rather important to me, if you don't mind. Come on, Peter Priesthood.
Oh, Peter, is that his name then? Is this some sort of last rites thing?
No, look. His name is Ether, and he's not Catholic, not that his religion much matters at the moment. All that can be explained later.
I'm sorry, I'm in a bit of a tizzy here. I think you better explain now.
Later.
Oh, right, later. Ether, interesting name.
You know, you seem rather cool and collected for a person with a dead body in the library.
Well, you seem rather cool and collected for a man who just saw the body murdered.
Right, but the difference is, I know he's coming back to life.
Damn!
Breathe in, breathe in.
I saw so many things. It's fading though. I can't remember anymore. It was so beautiful. It's gone now.
Don't worry, you are safe now, mate.
Yeah, no thanks to you. You nearly got me killed back there.
You know, technically I did get you killed back there. Luckily for you, I clean up after myself.
How am I alive?
Details and look, you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Well, I think I'm willing to believe anything now.
All right. There. It's a little trinket that I picked up. You know, I hate to have used it in front of the shades. They're an infamous bunch of tongue waggers, that lot. It's gonna be blabbed all over hell now. Isn't that right, Tempest and Frenzy?
Double down.
How did you know our names?
I've been well briefed, you see.
You just brought a man back from the dead.
Well, yeah, but don't look too impressed. I mean, it's been done before by people with a lot more style and skill than I've got.
Not in my house, it hasn't. What the hellfire and brimstone are you doing here?
I'm still trying to figure that one out, all right?
Who are you?
My name is Daniel, at least I think so.
How do you know so much about me in the shades?
A shiny woman in the lake told me all about it.
Shiny... I'm sorry, what's
Look,
going
things
on?
are rather urgent at the moment. There's still a
But-
very dangerous one loose. If you don't mind, I'm going to check the perimeter of your house.
Mind? What does it matter if I mind?
You are finally getting it. You two can get acquainted.
Hello.
I
He's not a nutter, is he?
haven't quite figured that out yet.
This your place?
Yeah, it's a castle where in the East Tower.
Nice.
Yep.
This library. How old are these books?
Oh, that really isn't any of your business, is it? Give me this.
Sorry.
When your friend gets back and everything is clear, I think you two are going to leave.
Actually, we're not.
Pardon?
I'm sure you must have a lot of questions. I'll tell you what I know. I'm Ether. Kimball. The other guy calls himself Daniel. But he doesn't think that's his real name.
How does he not know his own name?
See, that's the thing. He comes to me in America, tells me that the end times are coming.
End times as
The
in-
last days, the apocalypse. He told me that the world's going to be burned to a crisp, but that I am going to help support a man who will save a remnant of mankind.
A remnant?
Those were his exact words. A remnant.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Neither does he.
Well, that takes the biscuit. How does he claim to have such a baldy notion about such a thing?
Like he said, a shiny woman in a lake told him.
And you just up and left America to go with this tosspot.
There's a lot more to him than he first seems to be. He has a purpose, but he has many tests to pass before he can fulfill that purpose.
And you have such an insight into his soul, then?
Yes,
How?
because I dreamed the whole scenario before he told me a thing about it.
I'm sorry, you dream. Pardon?
Oh, come now. You're the practitioner of magic, aren't you? A prophetic dream shouldn't be so far-fetched for you.
I don't practice magic, at least not the spells and enchantment kinds. It just seems that I have gifts, like you. So you have prophetic dreams?
Well, that's why he said the woman in the lake wanted me. I often see things before they happen, almost down to the finest details. I saw fire and armies and smoke and cities laid to rubble. I saw powerful men and women use abilities I'd never seen before. They weren't natural. These people, these beings brought whole nations to their knees. It got to be pretty depressing.
You didn't happen to get taked up at the pub the night before, did you?
I don't drink.
Not at all.
There were people all over the world who stood against the onslaught. A group in Jerusalem, a group in Missouri. Right here in England, I saw a man rise up and gather a handful of people who dared to go up against the evil demigods of power that had taken root here. I was one of the people that man gathered. And so were you.
Me.
I'm the one that directed Daniel here. I saw this house, and you, Magdalena Devonshire, in a dream.
Actually, I prefer Maggie.
Okay?
So you saw me in a dream?
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it's not a line I use when I pick up girls. You believe me, Maggie?
Well, I have abilities of my own, so I'm not one to judge. But what happened next in your dream?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see anything beyond that.
That's a pretty special gift.
Had it since I was young. Normally, I had gentle dreams, comforting ones that burned all fear and doubt out of my heart, like a white fire of peace. But these are different. These are darker, more urgent. These are warnings.
I've heard enough.
Tempest,
They're
don't
too
do
dangerous.
anything.
Ethan, I think we're in trouble.
You know our orders.
You're too soft, Frenzy.
Challenge me and you'll burn. Fluent, this is the shade. The shade.
Could we stop
Don't
it?
do the kind of intangibles.
Magdalena, tell me where they are!
It's Maggie.
I don't care! Tell me where they are!
Yeah.
Diabol Teneas! Diabol Teneas! Diabol Teneas!
Daniel!
Diabol Teneas!
Stop!
Diabol
Daniel, they're
Teneas!
gone. They're gone.
Oh, right.
How did you do that?
Begin with explanations. Look, it's not important, right?
Well, why are you here?
A shiny woman,
Woman in the lake told
me that-
you, I know, and Mr. Visionary over here told me about his dreams. It all sounds pretty impossible to me.
Sounds impossible, but you don't believe it's impossible.
I think she thinks it's rather probable, don't you, Magdalena?
Maggie.
Maggie believes us. She has every reason to.
I think I want you both to leave.
Oh, that's not very likely.
As you saw, but, well, I guess you didn't see, but as you experienced, I have enough on my plate here with screw tape and wormwood.
That's not really their names, are they?
Don't be daft.
Well, all right, but I really like that you just referenced C.S. Lewis.
From what I hear, Jack Lewis used to visit all the time.
All right,
What?
look, among other things, we are here to help with that particular infestation, all right?
Tosh, I can handle them.
Oh, yeah, we saw how you handled them. That was brilliant.
Well, you didn't do good without my help either.
All right, you're right. This is why we need you.
I don't know you.
Yeah, but we know you.
You don't know me.
Wait, don't be angry.
I'm not angry.
Okay,
At least not anymore.
good.
But I am a little afraid.
Me too.
No, look, I should be excited. I mean, it's been a long time since anyone's been here, but...
Maggie, I know what you're feeling.
Ether, you seem sweet, really, but I do enjoy the privacy of my own home. You know, without the world's arguments, it's all I've ever known.
Yes, I saw that in my dream too. I saw you here in this castle, which your family inherited, poring over your books night after night, searching for something.
You know.
Ever since your parents died 5 years ago, it's been just you. Looking for something they told you about, which has haunted you, cursed you.
You saw?
You have no friends, no family. When was the last time you went outside, Maggie?
Please, stop.
But every once in a while, you look out your window and see the people in the village below. There, but not there, in this in-between place. Like that old poem. And moving through the mirror clear that hangs before her all the year.
Shadows of the world appear.
So you see, Magdalena, we do know you.
Just because you've seen me doesn't mean you know me. Look, it's very late, and you'll need a place to rest. Follow me.
So you will help us then?
We'll talk in the morning.
Yeah, but you have to
She
realize...
said we'll talk in the morning.
Words that defy explanation, truth that cuts through most tempered steel. Its cocoon is your protection, its strength makes all of England kneel. Is this not what you seek, pilgrim?
I don't know what I see.
What do you see in those visions of yours?
A boat filled with women. Wait, no, there's also a man. A dead man. They take him to...
To where? To where? Do you understand what you see? Wake up.
Oh, Maggie. Oh, what am I doing here?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Where is she?
Who?
The woman.
You were sleeping.
Oh, it was so vivid.
Oh, I'm sure it's about a pretty brunette, perhaps.
It wasn't like that. I mean, I couldn't see her face. So.
I don't want to psychoanalyze that one. But that's besides the point. You were in my library, which means you were looking through my books. Why were you looking through my
Maggie,
books?
I know how
No,
this
these
looks.
books, they're irreplaceable, they're priceless. Why were you
Maggie,
looking through my books?
I was trying to help you.
Help me? Help me do what?
Entombed within the ancient tower, the lost sacred words lie dormant. Arms fold over the sheathed power. Opening them ends the internment. Springs to bright life the ancient stories. Holy blade rising to the sky. Read the words engraved for glories. His eyes open. His voice will fly.
How do you know that riddle?
I told you, I dreamed.
No, no one dreams like that. Not every word. This is a trick.
It's not a trick.
Who sent you?
We were sent by a shiny
A
woman.
shiny woman in the lake, but did you ever see this woman?
No.
Then perhaps there is no woman.
I know what I saw. Daniel knows what he saw. Maggie, Providence has brought us to you to help you.
I didn't ask for help.
I think you did. On all those nights you used to cry in fits after so much wasted time, such maze-like efforts.
I can do this.
You think it's a book.
Pardon me?
You think the answer to the riddle is a book. It makes sense. After all, the tower is a library. The riddle talks of sacred words, arms folded over like the covers of a book. Ancient stories, eyes will open. It makes sense.
Look, can
a
we
book.
please not talk about this? This is my family secret. It's our quest.
Reading and rereading every book. hoping beyond hope that you misinterpreted something. You filled volumes of your own with your theories and your guesswork, but it's led to dead ends every time.
How can you know all this?
Maggie,
You know too much.
maybe I think that I do.
All right, I want you to leave.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm here for
I
you.
want you to leave.
It's not a book. What you're looking for, it's not a book.
It's a book, all right? I've been over that riddle a million times, as did my parents and their parents before them and their parents before them, even before my family's recorded history. We all agree it's a book.
It's not a book.
It is so.
Then why haven't you found anything?
Well, you know about it. You just got here. I've been searching for this for hundreds of generations.
And that's why you haven't found anything. Because you've been looking for the wrong thing, Maggie. That's why you so desperately need a new set of eyes.
Morning, you two.
I want you both to leave.
Why won't you accept our help?
Because this is mine. The burden is mine. The loneliness is mine, and the glory is mine.
It doesn't have to be that way.
It is that way.
Maggie, you can't do it alone. I don't think that you even want to do it alone.
It doesn't matter what I want.
Please be sensible.
Sensible. Look, if I make a mistake, then I make a mistake. But if you two come in here and make a mistake, the consequences could be dire. I don't want to see either of you hurt. You don't know the world you've stepped into.
I'm willing to take the consequences on my own head, thank you very much. You don't need to worry your conscience about that.
Ether, you seem sweet, pleasant, really. But my life, it's not pleasant. Look, I've already seen you dead on my table once. Let's not go through that again.
Well, if that's all you're worried about, Ether's not going to die again.
You can't promise me that. No one can.
It's not quite true, actually.
What?
He drank from the cup.
So what? He's alive. We know that.
No, didn't just make him alive, but it made you immortal.
That's not
Anything.
possible.
Not only is it possible, but that's what happened. I'm sorry.
Didn't you think what
Look,
I...
look, I knew what you would want, all right, but I had to have you alive. I'm so sorry.
That was a rather violent reaction from a man who learned he'd have a clean bill of health for all of eternity.
Don't be naive, Maggie. I just took away the one thing that he wanted most.
What was that?
Eternal life.
Isn't that what you just gave him?
No, look, Maggie, Ether is a very devout Mormon, okay? In his eyes, what I just did was close the door of heaven on him.
So in his mind, you just put a curse on him.
Yeah.
And you knew he wouldn't want that.
Yeah. Look, I can't undo... You know something about curses yourself, don't you, Maggie?
They're not here.
That's a relief. Well, what are we supposed to do now? We've got a Veil Ripper, a Prophet, a Warlock, not to mention that
We're
cup.
still elements, Tempest. That still gives us an edge.
Not against a lineup like that, it doesn't.
If we only knew what they were looking for.
I believe that's where I can help you. Don't be rash, I can help you.
Fluvius.
Tell me, Shabafstu. Do you want to fight me too, She-Shade? What's your name? Oh, come now, I'm not here to hurt you. Well, if you won't give me your name, I won't give you mine.
All right. I give up.
Siargial.
Hey, you're the one who killed the Prophet.
I didn't do a very good job of it, apparently.
If only we knew who the wizard was.
You don't know?
No, it's just,
Haven't your leaders told you anything?
I got jeez.
So, they've left you in the dark. Damned bureaucracy.
That's what I heard, too.
Quick, hide! Wait, you can't. Between the Veil Ripper and the Warlock, you're completely exposed. I can cover the smell for the Warlock. If you hide just outside, the Veil Ripper won't detect you. Gior, Cleo, on Strakar!
Okay, right. Tell me again what she said in your dream.
Words that defy explanation. Truth that cuts through most tempered steel. Its cocoon is your protection. Its strength makes all of England kneel.
And so you think that this ties in with Maggie's riddle as well?
Entombed within the ancient tower, the lost sacred words lie dormant. Arms fold over sheathed power. Opening them ends the internment.
Okay, so folded steel and a holy blade rising up to the sky. So they are both talking about a sword, right?
That's what I'm thinking. And both riddles talk about words, engraved words, which means there's something written on the blade.
And, okay, it's cocoon as your protection, and his talks about sheathed power, right? So there's something special about the scabbard as well.
But can there really be a sword? The riddle, it talks about a person. His eyes open, his voice will fly.
So maybe it's personifying the sword?
No. I think they're separate. I used to, arms fold over sheathed power. I used to think that they were the covers of a book, and the power was written in the book.
Well, it does talk about ancient stories. Maybe you're not wrong.
No, I think Ethan's right. It's not a book, at least not directly. I think the riddles are being much more literal than I assumed. I was always looking for metaphor and symbolism, but what if they are being literal? What if the sword is a real sword? What if the person is a real person? Oh, I'm an idiot.
Well, I thought you said that it wasn't a book.
Well, if I'm right, it is, then it isn't. Okay. All right, here we go. Damsel, what sword is that yonder arm holdeth above the water? I would it were mine, for I have no sword. King, said the damsel, that sword is mine, and if ye give me a gift when I shall ask of it, ye shall have it. How did I not see that? I know these stories. How did I not see it?
Well, who would have thought to be literal with fairy
No,
tales?
but I've read these a million times. The sword was supposed to be able to cut through anything. On one side was written the words, take me up, and the other side was cast me away, and it was supposed to be accompanied by a magical scabbard. That whoever wore it in battle, they would be protected, but Morgan le Fay, she took it, and she stole it, and she threw it into a lake, and it was never found again. Yes. No, these are, these are fairy tales. These are fairy tales.
Are they?
Of course they are. Magical swords and scabbards, ancient enchantresses.
Prophetic Americans, immortality granting cups, a woman who sees evil spirits.
No, that's different. These aren't real.
We are stumbling upon another reality.
This is too much.
Open your eyes.
Wait. Entombed within the ancient tower. And Maggie, it's not in the book, it's behind them. It's here, in this tower.
Well, then
there
there's
must
got
be
to be
a
something.
trap door, a mechanism, the other thing where you pull the book
Perhaps
over.
the library was built to help Hollywood.
There's a cubby there.
We're
going to talk into
be a
this.
sledgehammer just kind of smash through the entire thing. I don't know
Can the
what we can
curse
do.
finally be over?
Perhaps it's in this very room.
Your Excalibur could be ours.
Oh, this is monumental.
So close, so far. I expected more out of you, especially. You're going by Daniel these days, is that right? Calm down.
Who are you?
One who knows you, Magdalena Devonshire.
This is the witch who killed me.
And I didn't do a very thorough job of it. Looks like I won't get another stab at it either. The girl, however, on Paris partiality.
Maggie, get behind me. Look, he's immortal. He's doing just fine.
I know all your tricks, Daniel. You're the one who taught them to me.
Taught you? I don't even know you.
You see, I can't tell if you're telling me the truth or just flirting. Tempest! Frenzy!
No!
Thomas
Is he?
No. Daniel needs to be left alive. You, however, my dear, are causing me much deeper complications. I don't quite know what to do.
She
with
must
you.
be left alive.
Nice to see you found your voice again. As to the girl, that's for me to decide. She is mine.
You might be able to handle the two of us, but I doubt you'll have such luck with Beelzebub or Mephistopheles.
I might take my chances.
If you make enough of a ruckus, Lucifer himself has been known to descend upon persistent troublemakers.
The girl lives, which is the conclusion I would have come to anyway. Can we chat now? The silent treatment again, is it?
What are you going to do with me?
I haven't quite figured that out yet.
What do you want?
Oh, my sweet Magdalena, you're frightened. Here, we've already established I'm not going to kill you.
Not that you didn't consider it.
I don't take life as lightly as you think, Maggie. Life is a gift from the Lord and the Lady.
So says the spider to the fly.
Well, we might as well be familiar one with another. Tell me, dear one, about the curse upon your family.
How do you know about that?
Just humour me. In fact, let's make a game of it. For everything you tell me about yourself, I'll tell you something about myself. It sounds like a nice game, doesn't it? Question for question.
How do I know you'll tell the truth?
She-Shade, do you know the Gaelic truth binding spell?
Gaelic's a bit crude for us, but yes.
Maggie, this spell will make it so that we have to tell each other the truth. It works both ways, but it's the kind of spell that has to be voluntary. Will you allow yourself to be bound by it with me?
It will only be between us.
That's how it works. A clever spell, relying upon the law of fair play.
All right, but the shades will have to leave once they've cast their spell.
What?
We agree to the conditions.
Then cast the spell and get out of here. Cothram frene.
I hope they're not listening in somehow.
You don't trust them.
They're devils.
I found that most devils have a great deal more honor than most humans I know.
Do you really care about honor?
Yes. Which, by the way, is your first question. With this question, you only get 7 questions. So I'd use the rest of yours a little more sparingly.
Thank you.
Like I said, honor.
All right, question for question. I've asked mine, now it's your turn.
How much do you know about the curse put upon you?
Only what's written in my family's history. At some point in the Middle Ages, an enchantress put a curse upon my family that would require us to stay within these castle walls until we found the key that would unlock our destiny. If we ever were to wander out, we'd die. So I've not been beyond this little courtyard my entire life.
Unlock your destiny. Do you know what that destiny is?
Nope, you've already had your turn. It's mine. Why did you kill Ether?
Because I was following Daniel when I found out he recruited Ether. I found out they were trying to get to you, and I couldn't have that.
But why?
Wait. My turn. Ether's a mystery to me. What do you know of him?
Only what he's told me. He's a Mormon from America who also is immortal. He also dreams about the future, which has allowed him to know an uncomfortable amount about me. I also know that I'm intensely attracted to him and I can't breathe whenever he walks into a room.
Sometimes with this spell, embarrassing things slip out.
Why did you care that Ether and Daniel were coming for me?
Because you alone can do what I fear most. Do you trust these men?
No, neither of them, especially Daniel.
Perhaps we can be allies after all.
I won't be allies with you, you're a murderer.
I'm not a murderer.
How are you not a murderer?
Is that your question?
That depends on if that's yours.
Ah. Good save by making that last one a statement, by the way.
And that was my question, which answers your last question.
I can see we'll both have to be a bit more careful.
You still haven't answered my question.
I do not kill unless I am protecting myself or I am protecting the right. But in saying that, it does not mean that I am afraid of taking a life if that person will jeopardize the future as it should be.
That's pretty severe.
I rise to the severity around me. My next question. Would you be willing to join my cause if I showed you why you shouldn't trust these men?
Yes. I don't like that answer, but it's one I have to say. What is it I can do that you fear most?
You can free my enemy. Could I trust you to be constant to me if you joined me?
That depends on if you deserve constancy.
All right, that's a fair enough answer.
Are your enemy and what I'm looking for the same thing?
Yes. Are you afraid to die?
I'm afraid to die with an unfulfilled existence. Are you the one that put the curse on my family?
Yes.
You did this to us. What am I looking
Sorry,
for?
questions and answers is over.
No, you did this to my family for hundreds of generations. It's not possible. You look as young as I do.
I know the emotions that
Emotions?
muster up.
Oh, well, if you only had a heart, then you'd understand what you did to us was completely
Utterly wrong. Monstrous. Unforgivable. I live with that every day of my life.
And you expect to earn my trust with me knowing that?
Actually, I'd hoped you wouldn't have been smart enough to ask that question. But I still harbour the hope that you will not work against me if I explain things. Magdalena, I'm about to show you a great deal of trust. I hope it's not a mistake. I've always been fond of your family.
Oh, I doubt that.
Do not pay attention to the past, Magdalena, but to the future that I'll speak of. Then I believe that you'll understand me. Here, I'll show you something to make up for everything. I will put my future into your hands as you and your family were forced to put yours into mine. Iraq Realtar, catch the one clear!
Oh my.
Magdalena, this is who and what you seek. The part of the riddle about the sword, you guessed right. That blade is the ancient Excalibur given by the Lady of the Lake. The man you see before you is Arthur Pendragon, the once and future king. I am Arthur's half-sister, Queen Morgan Le Fay. The legends, though at times distorted, are true.
If he was here all this time, if you could access him, why did you need us? Why did you curse my
The
family?
laws of the universe require equality, balance. For me to manipulate a certain situation to my favor, to gain access to certain spells, I must sacrifice something in return.
Sacrifice like what?
Some of the sacrifices are subtle. Sometimes you simply just feel weak afterwards. Sometimes the sacrifices are more substantial. In this case, for me to be able to hide up Arthur, I had to make sure that there was the possibility of someone finding him.
If he's been hidden here all this time, why show him to me now?
Honestly, you were on the verge of finding him yourself. So I thought it was far more likely that you would not break the curse even with him before you, once you've learned the reason for his captivity.
I don't think you understand me very well then.
I think I do. You're a woman. Once I tell you the kind of ruler Arthur really was, you will not want to wake him. You will give up everything, even your freedom, to make sure that he does not gain control of the world once again.
All right, I'm listening.
Arthur Pendragon was no friend to women, nor pagans. His authoritarian rule had a two-pronged purpose. First, the advancement of Christianity, and second, the subjugation of women through the system of chivalry.
Chivalry, but wasn't the point to protect and honor women?
Oh, those men gave lip service to women, surely. They sang songs, performed heroic deeds, they praised us to the moon. But once they bedded us, or married us, or silenced us with their kindness, things certainly changed then. Exalted and put away in our beautiful towers, crippled and voiceless with no door to escape.
But that was a different time. Surely in this new time with new rules of conduct.
Do
things
not be naive. It is harder to change a man's mind than to turn back the tide. Not even his wife, not even poor Guinevere was spared from his exacting code. For her supposed indiscretions, she was to be burned at the stake.